Hello, fae folk of all sorts, and welcome to a rather long tour of all of the things that I picked up on a recent trip to the north of England. So I flew into Manchester two Tuesdays ago, and then I spent a whirlwind 9 days gallivanting around the north with all of my goblin friends, and apparently obtaining lots of little treasures that I'm about to show you. So first of all, I have to show you what I'm wearing is also part of the treasures. First of all, this little puff sleeve blouse was a charity shop find for like £3. And the straw hat was also a charity shop find for around £3. And then also these straw horns were something that I ordered ahead of time from an artisan over there. I will put up the @ for the artist, and I just think it looks fun to wear the straw horns on the straw hats. And finally, when we went to the Beltane ritual, there was an artist there, Green Man something or other. I can also put up a link to his shop, and he made this little, it's actually meant to be a dog tag out of metal clay, but I think it looks really pretty on this little necklace. So it has a hair on there. I'll go ahead and insert a little close-up of this, since there's no way that you're going to be able to see this from the camera. Even down to what I'm wearing, that's all things that I picked up on my trip. So I have a lot to get through, so let's go for it. These items are mostly going to be in a very random order. Let me start with, literally before I even got there, I put in an order for a few UK things that I knew that I wanted. Tom and I have a region-free DVD player, Blu-ray player, and there are some things that are available over there that are not available over here at all, so I put in an order ahead of time for, this is a 40th anniversary box set of the BBC Narnia series, the one with Aslan as a puppet. And this is my childhood right here. So this has special features as well. So I was very excited to watch the special features, behind the scenes footage and things like that from the BBC Narnia. Then Small Profits is not available in the States yet. And so I picked up that. And also, my favorite book of 2026 so far is T. Kingfisher's Snake Eater. And the US edition cover, I don't like it very much. And this one is quite pretty. So I definitely wanted this version over the US edition. And then when we went to Jilly's workplace, they had this book there. I love cozy fantasy, and I work at a library, and I'm looking up cozy fantasy titles all the time, and I had not heard of this one, the Between Worlds B&B. So I looked it up on Amazon in the States, and it wasn't on there, which makes me think that this might have been only available over in the UK. And then one other reading-related item, in Merseyside, where my friend lives, that I stayed with, there's a bookstore that's just fantasy books. What? It's apparently the only one in the UK or England that has only fantasy books. So I picked up this little bookmark that says, "Probably reading fantasy." And Ella wants to say hi. She's nosing around the tripod, so I figured I would let her say hi here for a minute. Okay? Uh-oh, I think I created a monster. She's purring now. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There you go. Okay, now I feel bad. Okay, so moving on. Also, about a year ago, they came out with this stamp set for myths and legends of the UK. And I had my friend pick this up for me and got it on this trip. Oh my gosh, there's so much to go through. Okay, one at a time, one at a time. So one of the adventures that we had on the trip was to go to a place called the Forbidden Corner. And if you know what the Forbidden Corner is, I don't need to explain it to you, but they told me not to look up very much about it ahead of time. And I'm really glad I didn't, because it's not like anywhere I've ever been, and it was really cool. It's kind of a garden, a bunch of gardens, and it's kind of an amusement park, and it's kind of its own thing. It's basically, going through it feels like you're walking through Labyrinth, the movie. There are all kinds of little twists and turns and side routes and different things like that. But the way that you enter is you go through a castle and you walk through the mouth of the castle. And when you walk through the mouth of the castle, he burps. And then you walk out the other side, out his bum. And it's just silly. And this is so weird, this little keychain, that I had to record the moment and get this little keychain. I also picked up from there this cute little pen that looks like an arrow, and this pencil case that has not just the castle guy, the silhouette of the castle guy, but this is the woodsman, and he was my favorite thing in the whole place. And this is the green man, who used to be at the entrance and now he's at the exit. So it has several of the icons of this adventure park. I don't even like it. It describes itself as the strangest place in the world, and it is very unique in a great way. Okay, I'm just going to start reaching for things. This was also, I picked it up in a charity shop. This is a nice heavy brass little pitcher that I got for £3.50. I thought that was a good price, a nice heavy one, so I picked that up. When we were in New York, I got this beautiful little fabric medieval unicorn ornament. It's not always easy to find medieval unicorn items, so I wanted to pick this up. So I got him. This is going to be completely random. I also picked up Kevin the Carrot, specifically the Pride edition of Kevin the Carrot. Kevin the Carrot is the mascot in the UK for Aldi, the grocery store, which we also have here in the States, and I also shop there weekly. So I find it highly entertaining that there's a logo, a mascot over there that we don't have in the States, and I'm very envious. So I get a big tickle out of Kevin the Carrot, and I had to have this Pride edition of Kevin the Carrot. I think this is from last year. Again, one of my friends that I stayed with picked it up for me. Okay, moving on. Okay, so also the day that we went to the Beltane ritual, there were all kinds of artists in tents outside, and I picked up this gorgeous pottery bowl. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the color shift on the inside of this bowl, but it's really pretty. And then the outside has this almost, I think it looks almost like the outside of the shell of a nut or something, but it has this really neat texture on it. And this was, the pottery studio had a basket full of clearance items, and this was £5 for this gorgeous handmade bowl that I'm going to want to eat everything out of from now on. And this one, I actually have the card for the maker. It's called the Potterman Studio, but I'll also put up the information up above for that one as well. Let's see, what do we have here? Also at that event, We think that he might have been a fairy artist because nobody got a card from him, and we had a hard time finding him when we wanted to go back and get more stuff. We did eventually find him, but he said that he didn't have any socials or anything like that. He just likes to show up at these events and sell his wares. So several of us got wood-turned, beautiful wood-carved, wood-turned items from him, and this was mine. I got this beautiful little vase from him that has all kinds of burls and open gaps and little spaces and things in it. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to put any water in this, but I think it'll be beautiful to use for either feathers or dried flowers or both. And let me show you one detail that I love on this. So I don't know if you can see, but it almost looks like this here is the side profile of either a seal or a hare with his ears down. But can you see it? I think that's a really beautiful piece on there. So I love that. Then, so the Beltane event was very wet. So unfortunately, we didn't spend as much time there as we would have if it was a dry day. So from there, we went on to a little town called Masham. Masham? Masham? I don't remember how to pronounce it. Bryony would be disappointed in me. I remember it as Masham because, you know, boil and mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. But anyway, we went to a couple of small shops there, and at one of them they had this beautiful little clay pot with almost like a purple interior. And they also had this little coppery, teeny little spoon. So since I am recently obsessed with black truffle salt, I'm going to put my black truffle salt in here, and that will make it easier to sprinkle it onto whatever item I want to have it on. So I picked up those when we were in Massam. I think it's Massam. And then I also got these. They're supposed to be wood cut bookmarks, but I plan on finding some matching vases and putting them up on my mantle. So you've got hawthorn, and then you've got oak. Two very magical, powerful plants over there, trees. What else do we have? Another thing one of my friends picked up for me ahead of time was from the York Society of Alchemists. I don't know if you remember the last time that I did an England trip haul, but Merry Krampus was the perfume that I got from the Society of Alchemists, and I'm almost out because I wear this throughout the Christmas season. It's so, so good. So I had her pick me up some more. It's only available at Christmas time. And what else do we have in here? Let's see. When we were in New York at the place, the little cafe that we got breakfast, they had these bird pins that benefit the RSPB, which is an animal charity. So I got the starling pin, and I got the wren pin, and I got the Christmas British robin pin. Sorry if I'm shaking. I tend to shake, unfortunately. All right, what else did we get? So one of my friends I stayed with got me this beautiful little copper leaf pin. And I've got a basket of goodies in here. What else do I have in here? Oh, I also picked up, as I was saying, I picked up some black truffle salt while I was over there as well. All right, now we're getting down to, I think, oh, I did want to show you some of these. I forgot about these. These are the items I picked up from nature. I'm only going to show you a few highlights. I got a whole bunch of rocks, and some of them, I'm fortunate enough that all of my coworkers at the library, we all love rocks. So they enjoy it when I pick up rocks as souvenirs for them on my travels. So some of these are for them, but I found several wishing stones. Wishing stones are any rock that has a line that goes all the way around it. And this particular one is an especially, in my opinion, lovely example because it has two lines that go all the way around it. So that's my favorite of the wishing stones that I picked up. I'm keeping that one. And this one just has, it feels really nice in your hand. It makes a good fidget. So picked up that one. And I actually, from the same fairy vendor who made the wood vase, he was selling hagstones, and I don't ascribe to the idea that you can't buy a hagstone. I know that folklore says that you should always find them, not be gifted them or buy one, but I just don't ascribe to that. So I bought this especially lovely little hagstone from him. And let's see, digging through my stones, let me find it. This is the hagstone I found. I found that one when we were adventuring on the east beach. So that's just a few of, I have many rocks in here. I don't want to like make this an hour long by showing you every single rock that I picked up, but that's just a few of my favorite ones that I picked up. So I want to save the items that I bought as gifts until the end of the video so that way I can list the people that I bought gifts for and they can just not watch the end of the video. So I think I'm up to like the big items that I got. So first of all, my friend that I stayed with for part of the time, I recently wrote a piece for Fairy Tale magazine about trolls and troll fashion. And in the book Trolls by Brian and Wendy Froud, they talk about how the 4 things that are very important to trolls are stone, bone, wood, and feather. So my friend that I stayed with, and I ended up tearing up when she gave this to me. It was kind of a belated Christmas present that she'd been working on for a long time. She sourced these beautiful beads that are bone, stone, hagstones, wood, and then there are little, well, I'll just show you. They have little silver feather pendants on there as well. And there's a feather on the bottom. And in addition, there is turquoise as protection. So not only did she make me, well, she tried to make this and she ended up struggling. So she had all the pieces, she collected all the pieces, and then she had it made by an artist in Wales who she knew worked with beads and jewelry on a regular basis. And this person actually put them together for me. So, so this is the piece. And not only did she make one of these, but she made 2 of them. So there's the second one. And actually, I'm not going to try and get this on over my hat, but they feel really good and very trollish and heavy, just the right amount of heaviness to wear them together. So this is not only going to be part of my troll sona now, my troll outfit when I go to events and I wear my troll tail and my horns and everything. Not only that, but these are going to be a little piece of magic for my everyday, and they mean so much to me. Then, on the last full day I was there, we stopped by a perfume shop called Bracken and Stone. Or called Bracken and Stone. That's the perfume that I got. Called Bathhouse. And, spoiler alert, I got a perfume there called Bracken and Stone. And actually, my friend that I stayed with, this is her signature perfume. But when I smelled several of them, there are so many good smelling perfumes there, and I really liked a lot of them. But as soon as I smelled this one, I really fell in love with it. So I kind of gave her a little side eye, like feeling very guilty. And she said, "You live on another continent. It's fine. You can wear the same perfume that I wear." So this is called Bracken and Stone by Bathhouse. And oh my gosh, my eyesight's so terrible. It has thyme and birch tar, leather, I don't know what that is, guaiac wood, clove, tobacco, cedar wood, amber, oud, and oak moss. So it basically smells like an ancient church in the middle of the moors. It really, really smells like the moors and Bracken and Stone, basically. I love, love, love the smell of this. So they are, for perfume, they're reasonably affordable, but nice perfume is not cheap. So I got the smallest size for now so that I could try it. And I've been wearing it every day since. And the staying power is really good. And every time that I catch a whiff of myself, I remember my trip and the romance of my trip. So I'm very glad that I picked that up. And okay, the last thing that I have to show you before the gifties section is, so on Monday, which was a bank holiday, we stopped by a little gift shop, and there was a ceramic statue that I was instantly smitten with. And, but it's a ceramic statue, and I was flying home. So I decided to be practical and say, no, I really shouldn't get this because it's going to be so risky flying home with a one-of-a-kind piece. It is a one-of-a-kind piece. It's not, there are no molds or anything. It's completely handmade ceramic piece. So I said, no, well, I'm not going to get it. And then later on that evening, I looked at Bryony and I said, I really regret not getting that. So, okay, it's fine. We'll just, go back to the shop on another day. So Bryony looked up the shop and they weren't going to be open again until Friday. And I flew home Thursday. So then commenced the fairy magic. First off, we tried calling the shop phone number the next day, thinking maybe, when we were in there, they had the shop was made up of half retail space and half craft room almost looking space. So we thought, okay, if they're working in there on crafts, maybe they'll pick up the phone. No, they weren't picking up the phone. So then I thought, okay, let me see if they have, or I can't remember if Bryony, somebody suggested looking up to see if they have social media. So, okay, they have an Instagram page. That hasn't been updated since 2020. Okay, so that was a swing and a miss as well. So then Bryony thought, okay, I know the artist. Her name is China de la Mer. She said, I know the artist. Let me see if I can message her and maybe she has like a cell phone number for the gallery owner. And that worked. So thank you, Fairy Network. Thank you, Bryony. We were able to get a hold of the gallery owner. She was willing to come in and open up shop for long enough for me to get this piece. So that's a long intro into this piece, which means so much to me. And Bryony's husband, Bruce, packed it up so well to bring home. I carried it on in my carry-on, and so yes, that was the biggest thing that I got and the most nerve-wracking to bring home. But when I came home and unwrapped him and he was absolutely, utterly, completely flawless, I was in love. And what he is going to be is he is going to be the centerpiece on the mantle in the summer for my summer decor, because you can, I think I have a video elsewhere on my channel. My summer decor is Midsummer Night's Dream themed. So he's going to be absolutely perfect to be right front and center in on my mantle for my Midsummer Night's Dream summer decor. Okay, so that is everything that I picked up except for the things that are gifts or are related to things that are gifts. So let's move on to that. If your name is Martha, if your name is Desi, let's see, I think that might be it, because some of these are for my coworkers, but I don't think my coworkers watch my videos. And then one is a gift for Tom, but I've already given him that. So, okay. So if your name is Martha or Desi, don't watch this section. Okay, so first of all, there's a little gift shop in York called Rookscroft. Oh my God, it is so cute. I might be able to insert some footage here. They have in the front of the, my God, words are hard. Front desk, the register, whatever. In the front of that, they have a window, and you can look in and see all of these tiny little animals that are having dinner, and it's a restaurant, and there's someone, one of the animals is behind the bar. And the whole place is whimsical and anthropomorphic animals, and it's just the cutest thing ever. So, so yeah, I picked these. Oh, I forgot a name. Dave. If your name is Dave, don't watch past this section either. Although I'm going to be giving you your gift soon, so yeah, it might not be a problem. Anyway, sorry, side note. So at Rookscroft, I picked up these little wooden pins. The hare is for me, and the badger is for my friend. Then in Merseyside also, there is a game shop called Kraken Comics. So shout out to Kraken Comics. They are amazing. The owner is super, super, super nice. Fantastic person. We ended up gabbing for, I don't know, probably like at least 20 minutes just about Pre-Raphaelite art and all kinds of things, where I was from and so on and so forth. But this was their print of the month by Bouquet Illustration, Beaukay Illustration. And if you've ever read the comic book Tea Dragons, you'll recognize the subject matter. But that's a wonderful little illustration from that comic. And the reason why that's in this section is it's related because I also picked up this for Tom at Kraken Comics. It's I added the Spider-Man UK picture to the middle, but it's this cute little collage Spidey frame that I picked up there. So then Dave, we went to the Jorvik Viking Center when we were in York, which I also didn't look up much information about that, and Bryony didn't even know this ahead of time, but I love dark rides. Whenever we go to Disney, I always enjoy going on a dark ride, especially Spaceship Earth. I don't want to call it cheesy or tacky, old school. I'm going to call it old school. I love an old school dark ride. And come to find out, Jorvik is an old school dark ride. So I had a great time in Jorvik. And so for my friend Dave, who loves Viking things, I picked up, well, this Viking coin that they actually struck right in front of me. Unfortunately, the employee who was doing the striking seemed really bored with his job at the time. So it wasn't the most exciting experience, but you know, I got the coin and I think Dave's going to enjoy it. So that's for my friend Dave. Then for my coworkers, I'm going to have to actually open one of these, but it's fine because I got one for myself. In York, there's like an artist collective that they all get to, they have a storefront there, but it's all kinds of different local artists to York. And while we were there, I can't remember who from our crew noticed these, but somebody from our crew noticed these, and we almost cleared out their entire collection because all of us wanted one of these. But, oh my God, there's more than one. I did not realize there was more than one. This is so cool. These are book plates that have book curses on them, and they're done in like a medieval manuscript style. They are so cool. I thought I just bought one, but apparently this is my first time opening up the pack, and there are a whole bunch. So it says, "May whosoever steals this book be poisoned by asps and stung by wasps." And then it has a little medieval marginalia bunny on there and looks like a dragon on there. So yeah, we needed these for sure. So that one's mine. And I got that same one for two of my coworkers. And then there's also one here. I'm not going to open it up because I want it to be fresh for them. But it has a snail on it and it says, "This book belongs to blank. May thunderclouds and misfortune follow any that remove from its rightful home," on there. So, I mean, who doesn't love a good book curse, right? That's classic. All right, and I think I'm down to the last couple of things. These are from my friend Desi. So when we were at oh my God, what's the name of the museum? I'm blanking on the name of the art museum. I'll have to put it up because I'm terrible with names and I know this name, but I'm blanking on it. Anyway, their gift shop had these actually, this might say on here. No, it's not going to say. Oh well, moving on. These kits to make paper English bluebells, which it is hard to find anything English bluebell over here in the States. So if you like English bluebells, this is how to get it. These are made by a local artist near the museum. And so I got one for my friend Desi, and one for myself because, hey, I don't have enough to do. I need another craft to have to do. But these are going to be so beautiful when I make them, so it's going to be worth it. And then at the Chester Cathedral, they had these cute little carved mice. So I picked up a little Chester Cathedral mouse for Desi as well. So I think we're done. I think that's everything. I think that's everything I picked up on my trip, other than showing you every single rock that I picked up on my trip, which I'm not going to do. But yeah, so my still as yet unnamed friend and I and his rabbit wish you a very magical day, and I hope you enjoyed this tour of all of the things that I picked up on my trip to the north of England, Yorkshire. I flew into Manchester. We didn't go to Manchester, but just all around the north. So, and be expecting I'm going to be doing blog posts for every single day that I was there. So I hope you enjoyed this. Have a magical day.